Hi, this is Hi Bob Poor Bob, and we're about to play some Ultimate General Civil War.
Hello, Generals, and welcome back to another battle. We are doing Mansfield today. This battle has an unlimited amount of time, so we are going to be skipping a big portion of time that we just go ahead and sit back and, you know, run around in circles. And we also want to get our morale to the maximum 100 on every single unit. So, the big takeaway from this battle is you have to hurry up and then wait. The hurry up part is the fact that they get in the majority of their men as reinforcements. So you want to hurry up, get behind them, and kill all the reinforcements as soon as they spawn. Because if you don't, you're going to get into a situation where you cannot just sit back and kill them all easily. That is, of course, my opinion. Now, there are ways that you can sit back and you can kill them, but the catch is that it never is quite as easy as what you would think. On Mansfield, Pandakraut fought this battle as well. He lost 1,459 men. So that is kind of a gold standard to hold it against because he took all the time in the world that he wanted and made sure and went as slow as possible. So I think at the end we will go over exactly how we did and compare. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I usually do okay, as you know. I tend to find ways to break these maps, and this one is no exception. Whenever you can get around behind them, especially with snipers like this, bad things just happen for your opponents. And there you saw how we move up from the south and pin that skirmisher while we're in the forest and they're in the forest, and then move in from the side with a unit so that then we can get flanking shots on him, but he won't fire at us while we're not in the forest. That's one of those things that we do to make sure that we don't take nearly as many losses because the unit that's holding their attention has good cover, and then we move in with another unit that then allows us to get the right type of shot to get them to run away while also getting quite a few kills as well. The goal up here is to just get into position. We're going for a full surround here right off the bat. We don't want to let them run around in directions that we don't want them to run around in. We're trying to knock them out of the forest here in the south. I don't know why their cav has such a hard time, engaging, because they could easily make our life really difficult at this point. I think I skipped ahead a little bit there. It seems like I did. I'm not 100% certain though. No? I'm not sure I skipped ahead much. So now we're just trying to get eyes on everybody. And we're getting seen a little bit there, which is not great because they still have some artillery left. There you go. We're starting to get hit by their artillery just a little bit. Nothing too bad yet. I think I just saw their artillery there for a second. We got to be careful of their cav. Yep, we can see their artillery there. And now we're just trying to move in to keep their cav from getting away. We want to kill that cav while it's out in the open and not let it get back into cover or let it, interrupt anything we don't want it to interrupt, obviously. So it's looking like we're going to be able to do that. I'm surprised we haven't taken very many losses with our snipers because they are now pretty well seen. But so far they haven't been able to. There we go. They're starting to. I mean, they're starting to shoot them a little bit, but for some reason they aren't doing much damage, which is nice. I think they must be flashing, which is good. Go ahead and move our general to take the supply wagon because something generals are good at. We have them all routing now, which is great in that little pocket, and we need to get in there and finish them off before more units spawn in, because we do not want to have to fight them along with any other spawns that happen. We are getting some vision on some good units. Those skirmishers are almost all snipers, I think. Not 100% on that though. Get some captures there before they shatter, which is great. Now we are moving our. So we'll move, I think, one pair of snipers to guard against units marching from the flag towards the wall, and we'll move the other pair of snipers to snipe units that are coming in to the battlefield there. We need to get all our units locked in position. We're letting them walk all over each other some there, which is problematic. Yeah, we need to actually lock them down. Yeah, there we go. We're looking to do the usual surround where we don't. Ooh, we were too close. Should have been back just a little bit. So that's not great. But we route them almost immediately, and I think we're gonna route. Ooh, we killed that guy in one volley. Wow. And we already routed the other one, and now it's pretty much over before it even started. If we'd been back just a little bit and hadn't gotten in a melee with that guy, that would have been absolutely perfect. But we moved forward a little bit too far. I wasn't sure exactly where that guy spawned yet. I hadn't actually scouted that out. This was not my first try at doing this, but it was my first try where I really got him into position the right way. Sometimes those cav are really annoying, and you can't ever get them wrapped up early, and we got them wrapped up really early there. So we should probably want, yeah, that guy. We'll have him deal with them, and the other guy can turn around and deal with the next spawn that comes in, because that's not all the men that are going to spawn there in the end, by the end of this. So we're looking to wipe out any artillery we can see, because their artillery is the thing that makes this the most difficult. So there we go. We got eyes on one more artillery now. So I'm pretty excited about that. Getting eyes on more artillery earlier is better. We aren't going to be able to get shots on them easily with the snipers, but we're going to try, I think, at some point. I did not move that guy fast enough. I should have been moving him faster. We go ahead and put away our skirmishers because they're liable to just get killed. Probably should have moved the guy off that corner there to go around and deal with some of that. Okay, we get the capture. That's good. Go ahead and move everybody back into position better. We want to. The second spawn comes in at a little bit different place. So I realized that I need to get flank shots on him, obviously, because I don't want him to survive. And by survive, I mean I don't want him to not be routing, so because that would be a problem. Yeah, my snipers get seen there for a second, which is kind of a problem. And of course, you can't move snipers without them firing, which can be very annoying. I think about moving forward there. I think I'm going to end up not moving forward too much there because it's dangerous. But I think about it anyway. Okay. So we've got several units up there that we've captured, which is exciting. We've got quite a few units back here of our own that will keep them bottled up. We're eating through that artillery at a pretty good rate here. It's pretty exciting. Their next set of units spawns in, and this time it's 3 units of infantry and 1 unit of artillery, a general, and a supply wagon. Last time it was only 2 units of infantry, 2 artillery, and I don't think they had a general or a supply wagon. No, it was 3 infantry because this is the 3rd infantry, I think. Yeah. So it's 3 infantry, 2 artillery. So it was a little bit different last time. Not too much different. We're looking to wipe out as many of their skirmishers and as many as there are of their artillery as possible. That's really the goal overall, because we really don't want to have to deal with either of those things long term, because they make it very difficult to win. Ooh, see, we just took 13 losses there in like half a second. That's what happens whenever an artillery unit really gets a bead on you and just fires once with you in the open. It does not take much. That unit has been taking a beating there, and I'm not real happy about that. But overall, it kind of is expected, I guess. We're trying to keep the other units from routing to the south, but yet they have a unit to the south that's being annoying. That is all the units that are going to spawn in, so I go ahead and bring my sniper that was in the north there across to help out with taking out any artillery and spotting. So now I feel pretty confident that we will be able to get the captures on these guys. Should probably only move in like 1 unit from the north and 1 unit from the south, and then have a second unit in both places as a backup. I think that usually works out to be the best, because that allows you to keep containment. But I think it works out anyway, or does it? See, that's what happens whenever you do that. You really need to like have 1 unit that holds the line and 1 unit that charges. It makes it a lot easier to keep them from doing this. So now we have control of almost everything. I'm not sure how long here, but pretty soon here we're gonna be skipping ahead to the end, because there's not a whole lot left besides just wiping these guys out. We are going to cheat a little bit here and make them rout by just breaking up the skirmisher over and over again, because I don't want my main unit to fire, because if they fire, then we lose condition and stuff while moving to the north. We don't want that. I think here in a second I actually have something that I want to say in the game. Maybe I'm explaining something. I don't remember exactly what I say. So we, because I can see a little white blip where I talked. So we're basically just wiping out everybody. I think it's probably going to say something about we're just trying to wipe everybody out. And come on. As soon as this guy shatters. Okay, there we go. He shattered. Now we're just looking around, seeing what we need to do. It's getting late in the day. We don't want to capture the flag.
Well, this battle's been fun. I'll be back whenever I'm done running my guys around and we start the actual battle for the flag. You guys have a good one? I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're going to start pushing in now.
So we do start pushing in here, but it's a little bit uneventful, to be completely honest. So I'm going to speed it up to 300% now and just try to get through this part, because we're not actually aiming to wipe them out yet. We're still just aiming to, like, push them into a circle, because we don't have our morale up to 100 yet. We have our stamina all up to 100. One thing that I did test on this battlefield is I walked a unit in the open and I ran a unit in a forest. The unit that ran in a forest gained more experience than the unit that walked in the open, which is kind of crazy. And that went on for about from 80 to 100, and by the time I got to that point, the unit in the open had gotten down to like 30 or 40 stamina. And that basically proves that even with a unit walking in the open like that, that it's not going to outperform a unit that's running, like, pretty much ever. That's just the way it goes with these things. Like, the best thing you can do is run a unit in the open. Like, we have 2 units that are still running a bit. They're not quite to 100 yet. They're getting close. Some of our units were quite low on stamina to begin this, like 70s or so. The one thing I do regret is doing this battle this early. I do wish that this had been the last battle before the major, so that then I could have done this with all the units that I wanted to. And I wish there was a way that I could have found to do it with less snipers. I probably could have done it with less artillery, probably like 2 artillery instead.
So now I'm going to wait till all of their morale gets up to 100, and then I will be back again. So everybody's been at 99 now for a bit. Once this hits 20, it will be 50 minutes, which means they had time to gain the 100 as well, even though it won't show because of the fact that I have -1 because I bought a bunch of recruits. So what we're going for here is we are just going to shatter all the guys that are left. It's not worth going for captures because they all have like max stamina right now and max morale, and you can't really get captures on guys with max stamina and max morale easily. So it's better to just get in there and shoot them up with snipers and the cannons. The cannons also have gotten really close, or are at 100 now. Yep, starting to get at 100 now. They do have another 10 that they can gain because of the shooting training. So I'm not too worried about letting them continue to shoot, and snipers are just snipers. Like, you can't do this without some snipers to get in there and get vision and stuff like that. So I'm really not too worried about snipers going over 100 because they just do. Like, nothing I can do about that. Ooh, don't want to go there. Yep, there. Okay, we shattered that one. Shattered another one. 2,000 men left in here. I mean, it's amazing that they have 2,000 men left, because it doesn't look like they can have 2,000 men left with what territory they have left in here. Just kind of walk over here to see if we can get eyes on whatever's here. There we go. We got eyes on. Now our snipers can start taking their shots. And what are we looking at? 2,700 men. Go ahead and move forward with both of these guys. There's more of them. That's more like it. Let's see if I could see. If I could see all the men they have, I might be willing to charge. But as it is, there's another one. Okay, so I think that's all the men they have. Then 2,600. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. So now I'm not too afraid to charge. We just don't want to shoot the guys that are almost dead on accident. So we need to get in there with those guys. We don't mind capturing the flag now. We need to shoot this guy and that guy are our top priorities right now. Let's see if we can get them to target probably the bigger one. Fall back. Shoot him from this way. Shoot this guy. Come on, somebody's got to be able to shoot him. Okay, so do we have it now? No. Okay. Fine, I give up. We're just going to charge. We're going to go ahead and go for captures, even though I said I wasn't going to. Because, I don't know, I'm a glutton for punishment, evidently. This guy's the only one that's not routing, so we'll move towards him. Go ahead and move in from all directions now. These guys don't need to fire anymore. They're just going to end up shattering them on accident, basically. Okay, so we capture the woods, so we've got 40 minutes to end the battle. I mean, kill everybody before it ends for us instead. Of course they can still fire. Of course. Why not, right? And there we have it. 877 men. It's not a bad battle right there. That's actually really ridiculously good. So yeah, I went ahead and took a screenshot of it. And, I mean, what are our losses on this battle? We lost 196, 138, 134, 122, 58. Overall, very good. There was a couple guys that got 0 kills. It just kind of happens. But obviously, we had a bunch of guys with a ton of kills. A lot of our kills came from our 20-pounders that we had just sitting back. But a lot of that is just because that's what we wanted to do this time, is just kill their artillery with our artillery and then move in and make sure that we get captures on all of the reinforcements they get. We didn't get much for promotions. We did get 1 wounded. I think this is the guy that we start out the battle with, start out the war with, so that's really cool. Well, I mean, it's not cool that he got wounded, but it's cool that he's already a major general. That's pretty cool. We got 4 20-pound parrots, 4 10-pounder parrots, good amount of supplies, 24-pound howitzers, 12-pound howitzers, another good amount of supply. They had some Spencers in there, plenty of 63s. I think that's another unit's worth now. I think we have like 500 or so in stock, so we'll make a new unit of that. We did lose a few CS regiments, but I think that their melee power was really key in getting some of the units on the sides to surrender. And we didn't even have a good setup, really. We messed up in our placement of the units. So I think we could do even better than this. This is not my first run. I did have to do some runs just to find out where they all spawn in and how they spawn in and stuff like that. But this is the first time that I played it for real. I mean, the last time I played it, I got like 15,000 casualties, or 6,000 casualties, just trying to melee my way through. I was trying to be like Johnny, and it's not quite the same whenever you don't have the units already set up to do it. 1 second, and I will be right back. I'm going to go put in the numbers. So, here we are. We got a 34.2 to 1 kill to death ratio after medicine. Only lost 702 men. I mean, this is insane. I'm not gonna lie. And going down here, we can look at what everybody else did. So we scroll over here a little bit. We find that Pandakraut, 1,459. We got almost half as many losses as him. And obviously everybody else we did quite a bit better than. So now back to the game. Is that working? Uh-oh. Hit the wrong button. There we go. 877. It's not bad. I'm a little disappointed about not getting very many officer promotions, but what can you do? 8,300 new raw recruits. And we lost a man to injury, which is a little sad, but not too bad. I mean, we can also buy all of these guys, which is nice. Let's do that. Okay. And now we can buy some more Richmonds or whatever. We'll need some more Richmonds to top off some of the units that we lost, I believe. So we can buy those. And the only problem that I'm facing right now is the fact that there's a good possibility that I should have played Laurel Hill and Saunders Farm first, so that I would have all of these raw recruits to then use here because you get unlimited time. So I'm thinking about redoing it where I do Saunders Farm and Laurel Hill first. We'll see what I decide. So I might not even use this video, but it has been a blast, guys. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Well, I hope you guys have had as much fun as I've had. This has been a blast. I hope to see you back here for the next episode. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you later.